right, welcome to my sunset. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for visiting on this lovely July 8th Wednesday evening. I am here in beautiful, sunny, and warm. It's very warm. Arizona. It's 8:11 p.m. and it's currently 95 degrees. And if you are in Celsius, darn, I didn't convert it, but I think that's around maybe like 55, 6, 7, 8, 9, 55, 45, 55 degrees Celsius, maybe. I don't know. You'll have to go to Google. But it is very, very warm. I think we reached 109 today. Our monsoons haven't been as abundant as I was hoping they would be to keep us really cool, but at least we're not like in the teens, which sometimes we get up into the teens when we have delayed monsoon rains. So we did have a few scattered showers yesterday and none today, so it's very warm right now. So at 8:11 it is 95 degrees and it is very warm. And I waited because even though we have all these clouds in the distance, we have some really pretty ones over here. They didn't really give a lot of color in the sky. A lot of times when we have these clouds, the sky just really is beautifully colored, but not really. They stayed gray. But this is really nice, a nice later sunset, we'll call it. And the temperature did come down a little bit. Oh, neighbor's dog is barking. Going to mute while the dog is barking. Just enjoy the sky. And I'm pretty sure that's Venus over there, so we have that. Now, I wanted to talk about my app. So I have a free app. That link is in the description. And it helps guide you through inner work and so forth. It is looking at your astrology, and it is combining astrology and Kabbalah and psychology and Jungian archetypes and all kinds of different modalities to help give you answers, specific answers that are tailored to your destiny, we'll say. And I was in there today because I wanted to ask it some questions in specific relation to myself and another person. So I often go in and I add features and I test features and things like that, and I use the app for myself to guide me through things. And I was going, I'm planning my live event. I'm doing a live event, and you can find out more about that also in the free app by going to the events page in the navigation to scroll down to events. And I was getting some interesting reactions from people that I'm working with who are supporting me on this journey, and I wanted to find out if there are any current like transits, astrological cosmic transits going on that may be affecting things. And I asked those questions and worked out my end of things, which was really helpful. And that's one good thing about the app, is that it helps with accountability and responsibility, of course, on your side, because it's really the only side you have control of. But it really holds you accountable for your own work. And so I was looking at those things and getting a clearer picture of my side of things and what I can do in the future to be be more relational and better at communicating and things like that. But I was having another issue, a little bit more of a, um, more of a connection type of issue. And so I went into the Soul Connections page, and this is just to let you know more about that. In the Soul Connections page, there is the compatibility tab, and you can compare yourself with another person and look at their astrology versus yours and kind of look at the compatibility, so some synergistic stuff, some synastry evaluations. But you can also ask the oracle questions based on that dynamic. And so I was going round and round, and I was kind of putting it through its paces, asking it some really deep questions about how to communicate in a way that um, conveyed what I wanted to communicate. And so it was very challenging, and I thought it would just kind of look at what I wanted to say and um, just kind of edit it or whatever, but it didn't do that, and it was frustrating at first. And I kept going back, and I started getting a little bit cynical and a little bit spiteful and a little bit angry, but it was like challenging me and saying, well, you're doing this, you're doing that. And it was, of course, looking at my blueprint. It was looking at my tendencies, and it was challenging me according to those tendencies. And I couldn't see it. I was like, I think I need to reprogram the app, reprompt it, and make it a little bit more bend to my will, really. And I just kept going because I wanted to see what it was going to do. And what it did was it forced me to be more authentic. It forced me to be a little bit more raw. And it started when my responses started to become more authentic, then it started to explain the difference. And I was like, oh, okay. It was me that I was not seeing what I wasn't seeing. And I was just actually pleasantly surprised that it had the capacity to do that, to challenge me like that, and to um, take me to task on my BS. And um, I came to a different conclusion than I initially thought I would come to. And it really did help me to reframe my approach, something a little, far more authentic, really, than I was initially thinking. And we all use AI and ChatGPT and whatever to help us with our relational issues and things like that. And I do, and that's cool and everything, and it works and it's good. But this was way deeper, and I actually did not expect that. I thought that it would. So I was actually testing it. So I was doing some stuff in ChatGPT. I put the stuff in ChatGPT first, and then put it into my app and see the difference. The difference is ChatGPT is just, yes, it's going to edit what you're saying. It's going to, make it more grammatically correct and more pleasant and all those types of things that it does. And even if it knows you, so, my ChatGPT knows me pretty well. And, I have some long threads in there, and it gives you guidance. It does. It gives you relational guidance, but not on this level. I was really actually blown away by this component. So, I prompted it this way, but I really didn't think that it was gonna, I thought it would kind of, um, after, because I kept going, I went, I have a long thread in there with it. I thought it would start to water itself down and just kind of get repetitive. And it really did. And it really took me through a whole process of self-discovery on how I was communicating, what my intentions were. It challenged me on, my attachment style. It challenged me on um, some archetypal things, some shadow side stuff. I, I'm just really blown away. And, that's one of the reasons why I came live a little bit later is, I wanted to kind of resolve this issue and get to kind of like, okay, well, what should I say? And it didn't give me the answers. It forced me to just go over and over and get more real with my response until it finally gave me a concluding synopsis that kind of was like, okay, now see where you started, see where you're at right now, and look at how, in this particular instance anyway, you went from here to here and you resolved um, a certain hidden aspect that you kept trying to hide. So saying that, you keep trying to hide things, you keep trying to sanitize things. Okay, now you're playing the martyr. Now you're doing these things. And I just couldn't see it until I got a little bit angry and just was like totally raw and was like, okay, you want me to say this? And, I put the raw stuff in there and it was like, okay, now, what would happen if you just let that be your answer instead of trying to do all of these tricks to sanitize it? So anyway, I wanted to share that because I don't, the compatibility page isn't too new. I think I put it in there in maybe like February or something. But I honestly I was playing around with it when I first put it in there and doing some compatibility. And then I reprogrammed it to kind of add that oracle in there because I was like, it would be kind of cool to look at the compatibility with another person, but also be able to ask questions about that dynamic as well. So that's what I was using, was the oracle in the compatibility page. I have my people in there that I'm looking at compatibility with, and And that's, I was going round and round with it. And me and ChatGPT got to a certain place, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is good. And I was like, let me use my app. Let me ask it some questions because I happened to be in there about the other stuff. And I couldn't believe it. And it took a while too. So I was going round and round for, geez, probably an hour with this, this communication that I was working on. And just before I went live, I got to the point where I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense. Now I can see what I was doing. I can see how my communication and my communication in general has been, it maintains a certain amount of emotional safety, and that's not always what you want. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share. I've gone on quite a bit. Hey, in the chat. Oh wow. Okay, let me go in the chat and say hello. Hi, Bobby James. I'm glad you like the sky. And normally, so I like to be outside during the sunset, the cosmos, the sky, our sunsets and things like that. Those are natural messages to us. It speaks to our nervous system. There's a lot of research and work and things like that about how sunlight and just the natural environment has a real effect on our physiology. And these liminal times, that the shifts at sunset and sunrise and things like that, full moon cycles, all of these things really do play a role in our physiology. And so I like to make sure that I come outside during the sunset. It's perfect time. I can't always catch the sunrise, it's more difficult. But the sunset, I just happen to have this western facing view, which is great. The sunset helps us um, neurologically shift from day to night and calms our state and all those lovely things that the natural environment does. So I love to come live for the sunset, and I'm out here and I might as well share it. So that's why I come live for the sunset to enjoy, and I use it to regulate my nervous system, to take me into my night and to give me that signal um, that works to regulate me. So, Bobby James, I'm glad you enjoyed the sky. Hopefully now you are more regulated after having watched my transition here, even though it was very short. All right. Oh, hi, Carol. Yeah, second day meeting you. What are you up to? What's it's got to be what, like it's 8 o'clock, 8:30 now, so your time is like 5 in the morning. So are you is this when you go to work maybe? Nice to see you again. Hi, John. Hello. Oh, the stream was dead. So, if there's noise or things like that, then I will mute and just let whomever wanders in enjoy the sky. So I might mute out and, but you still get to see the sky. But right now it's quiet, and so I'm rambling on. Let's see. Oh, hi. Thanks, Carol, for advertising for me and helping the other person who was in here transition from the muted state to the speaking state, and me talking about the app. Hi at RP4F. Hello, welcome to my sunset and nightfall. Okay, thank you, Carol. So okay, so this is when you wake up. So what time is it? Is it, let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, is it really 5 o'clock where you're at? Or 4 or 5? Wow. I just, that really, it is amazing that I'm experiencing night and you're experiencing day. I don't know why that, I mean, it's like, yes, everybody has a different time zone, but it just, I don't know, it just seems more profound. It's a mundane thing, but it is profound, especially when you can experience it through technology like we are doing right now. Yeah, it's 5:30. My goodness. So it's daylight. Yeah, because the sun's coming up at 5. It is daylight. It is tomorrow for you. My goodness. Okay, so you went into the app. Tell me, give me my feedback. Tell me what your experience was. And I think you were here to hear me ramble on about so it's in the soul connections page under the compatibility tab that I was sharing with you what I was doing. It would be interesting. I want to find out what other people's experiences are with that. And I feel like if there's enough latitude in there to do all kinds of creative things and to use it for all kinds of different things. So maybe you can share with me how you've used it. You can look at the compatibility with like a boss or even Little Peanut. If you know what her birthday is, you can find out some dimensions about how her personality is. And I've never looked at an animal's astrology, so I don't know. I would imagine it would also be applicable, but I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, my expensive offer. So that is my private coaching. So if you are interested in private coaching, that is for that. So for that, I do in-depth work with you and really come up with a very comprehensive strategy to um, fine tune your nervous system and how you're relating to yourself. It's a very in depth one on one analysis on my side, and then I work with you, have you do different um, practices, different exercises, techniques, and they are tailored to you specifically. So if you are, depending on what your profession is or your what you enjoy doing or activities that you do or maybe a health concern, depending on what it is we're doing, um, I come up with very creative and potent strategies to tap into your subconscious mind and help you develop a connection with your subconscious mind in relation to the thing that you're trying to change or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So anyway, long story, it is for private coaching, that very expensive offering, but I think it's actually quite reasonable in terms of what it is that I would be working with whomever on. All right, let's see. Second one. Okay, I'm not sure what you're asking. You said second one in the app itself. I'm not 100% familiar with most of the things. So, well, like what things, what things are you not familiar with? Let me know, and then I can answer some of your questions about it. And you can ask me directly, of course, and I don't, when I say this, I don't mean to put you off at all, but you can always just Google anything in there, like the attachment styles or whatever. um, Run it through Google or your AI or whatever, and get a little bit more depth in terms of what it is. It should answer those questions for you as well, so you can ask it. You can go into the Oracle on your blueprint page, and say, hey, I'm not familiar with what this is or that is. Give me some background on it, and it should give you that background. If it does not give you the answers that you're looking for, let me know, and I will make sure to kind of go in and give it a little bit more explicit instructions on helping to answer questions for people a little bit better about the concepts themselves. Okay, let's see. You thought it was the wrong price. Well, not everything is that price. There are, so like one of the things that is exciting, and I think it's so the hypnosis series, I think that is still on the pay what you want model. The suggested price, I think, is $488, and that is a three-part hypnosis series to help you transition your identity. And there is with that, there are some exercises that you do. That's, there's a lot of hypnosis work involved in that, and some exercises involved in that, and that does come with the ability to ask questions if you have questions. And then you can get one-off audios that use my sleep-based learning technology, which is combining mind-body technology to access your subconscious mind through your body, and you do it while you sleep. I think those are, I think 150, so you can use those and listen to those, and that will get you pretty far if you're not wanting something super in depth. The private coaching and the hypnosis series, those are for people who are prepared for the ups and downs of really doing deeper work. Um, so there's a little bit more care involved in those because, it's not all rainbows and sunshine at first. There's some deep work that happens depending on the person. And so there's just, there's some heavier technology, a little bit more care and service involved with those. Um, so yeah, but there are some a little bit more affordable ones. There's the sleep audio. I think that's, what is that, $39 if you want a sleep remedy, a natural sleep remedy, where I'm doing some hypnotic guidance so that you can slide into sleep very easily in a fun way. It makes sleep fun in my mind anyway, and some people that have enjoyed it. It's engaging in a way that is interesting to experience while you go to sleep. So, and that is just $39 if you want to try that. Alrighty, let's see what else we got here. Oh, okay. Your country's currency. It well, I don't know. I don't know what the conversion is from. These. Yeah, I'm in the United States, so these are U.S. prices. Um, so you know, but if you're interested, let me know. You can communicate with me in the app. Just send me. I think you can probably book some time on my calendar. I need to check that out. Again, my app is new, so let me know if these things work. I set it up, but I haven't been using the calendar, so let me know if it works. Or you can throw something in the feedback. I'm pretty sure the feedback works. And let me know what you might have in mind if you want to do some work with me. Throw it in the feedback section and let me know, like, hey, this is kind of what I'm wanting to. It looks, based on the stuff that's in here, here's what I'd like to work with you on. What do you think we can do? This is my country, and we can kind of figure out something that that would be mutually doable. Okay, let's see. Tom Hancock, Outlaw, 972. That's not a planet. You don't think that's Venus? The bright star right there? I always thought that was Venus. No? What star do you think that is? This bright one right in front of me? You don't think that's a planet? Let me know what you think it is. Okay, got it. Okay, no problem. All right, sweet. Okay, Tom Hancock Outlaw 972 says that is the moon. No, it is not the moon. That is almost definitely Venus. Here, let me try to zoom into it. The moon is on the other side somewhere. It is big, but oh, we got some lightning. It is big, but that's because I'm on my phone. It's the camera likes to overexpose everything. So I'm pretty sure it's Venus. And the camera is just really sucking in all the light and it looks gigantic. Okay, Tom Hancock has perhaps accepted that it's Venus. But anyway, if the dogs start barking, I will probably end the live. But I think it's probably time to. Oh my God, Carol. Every time you come on here, I'm on here for 33 minutes, or some crazy amount of time like that. So let me get off of here. Thanks for hopping in, guys. I appreciate you coming in. And Carol, thank you so much for asking all those wonderful and insightful questions. Leave me, get with me on a more personal level in the app. Just do the feedback. I think it's like the last thing in the navigation. Click the feedback and fill out that form and send it. And I will look at what you want to do. And thanks everybody for hopping in. If you are going to be in Arizona on Sunday, get a ticket for my live event. Go to the event page and it'll take you to more information about it and a way to get it. Other than that, thanks again, and I will see you on another one. Good night.